Hi, everyone. Little bit of a glitch going on there. Hi, I'm Polly Jo Labbe, and here we are at Soul Connections. It's nice to be back after our little hiatus, but here we are. And I am.
And why Polly Joe is facing the show. Polly Joe will be with us momentarily. Yes, Kevin, we feel that full moon. Okay, if you bear with us for just a moment, we are experiencing difficulties. Please stay tuned. Had this been an actual emergency, you would be receiving instructions. Polly Joe LeBay is ready to join the broadcast. Yay!
Yay! I think I'm here now. I don't know.
I think you're here too.
Good. Rob and I, yay! So, welcome everyone to Soul Connect.
Right now.
You can tell we've been gone for a little while, so snafu kind of energy, but that's okay. We are here on a full moon with eclipse energy, so a wacky night to be sure, but that's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to reconnect to our soul. We're here to reconnect to our spiritual team, our guides, our angels, our ancestors, and just looking for some heart-centered wisdom to help us maneuver this fun journey we're on here in this lifetime. So, thank you for joining us this evening. We will be doing a meditation, a little different tonight because of the full moon, but still fun. And we'll be pulling cards afterwards to get that wisdom to come in and come through as that divine messenger that I love to be. So our card deck tonight is the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck by Yasmin Boland. She does some wonderful work with the moon, so it seemed like the perfect cards for us to use to connect to all the energy that's floating around right now. And boy, oh boy, is it really floating around. Maybe you've noticed that things have been a little bit in upheaval, or maybe things feel like they're just not getting done or not getting finished. That's how this particular moon works right now. And so thank goodness we'll be moving out of that energy. But it's also a great time for us to shift our perspective and find ways to be okay in that energy when it's seemingly trudging along. Because we're going to have the autumn equinox this weekend, which will push us into a whole new season. And one where we get to harvest all of our dreams, our wishes, our creations, and bring them into this current reality. So, hey, sounds like a great fun week we're going to have. And so if you would like a card, all you have to do is type in yes, please. I'm sure a few of you already have. And we'll pull all the cards that people ask for. We go until we're done. So don't worry about being late or getting missed. Everybody gets a card who would like one. So I'm going to invite you to just get settled in your space. No, it is not just you, Ellen. So perfect. Yes, the 27th out for those of you who, are fans of baseball. You get that. So here we go. We're going to get nice and settled in our space, and really bring our attention, our focus, and our energy into the present moment. And just do that by taking a couple nice, big, deep breaths. And with each breath, feel free to close your eyes, bring your focus on your heart. Just notice the connection between your body and what's supporting it, whether there's a chair holding your back or there's something under your fanny or your legs. Maybe your feet are touching the floor, or maybe you're stretched out lying on your bed. And just allow that physical support to hold you. Invite your muscles to gently melt into the support. And with each breath, just allowing more and more of your body to just chill and relax. Just remembering that we are in a sacred container, a sacred space that has been set. And we've invited the divine to be present, calling in the highest, fullest, and brightest vibrational connection to the divine. To surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. And to activate our crystalline temple so that we are held here, but also supported in healing, clearing, and releasing anything we no longer need to carry in our mind, in our body, in our spirit, in our emotions. And we remember and invite that all the healing and connection and messages this evening are for the good of all and harm to none. We invite in your spiritual teams, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, the mystical creatures and star beings, your animal totems, all divine of the highest, fullest vibration, to come and be present, and to come closer to us so we can sense and feel and know your presence, even though you're always here with us. And just bringing our awareness back to our heart. Feeling that beautiful energy filled with love and light. And how that heart anchors us in the present moment. Connecting below our feet, below our body, into the earth, into our earth star connection, which allows our energy to plug directly into Grandmother Earth. Allowing the heart to gently bring our solar plexus and our third chakra into balance. releasing any tension, any anxiety, any worry, any frustration that might be bubbling. And just allowing it to flow down into the earth to be composted into beautiful creation energy. And connecting to our second chakra, just below the belly button, and inviting that to come into balance as well. The ebb and the flow of energy moving, the flow of our emotions, our desires, our passions, our creativity. Feeling that energy as it fills with light and balances into our normal rhythm and flow. And centering and focusing on our root chakra just beneath the tailbone. And bringing balance to our foundation, our support systems, our physical body, our bones. Bringing balance into our family life, into our work, into our job, even into our finances, everything to bring our survival energy back into a safe and secure place on balanced footing. And feeling that root connect and plug into the earth star chakra beneath our feet, beneath the earth, few feet in. And you may even sense the earth star chakra as Metatron's cube. You may feel your energy plug back in to the divine feminine source. When you feel that connection or that click as the energy plugs in, you may start to feel energy flow back up your feet and into your organs and up into your heart. Just allowing yourself to recharge your battery. Now moving back into our heart and inviting our connection to the divine masculine above, connecting to our soul star chakra above our head, and bringing our focus and our attention to our throat chakra, centering and balancing the energy, the flow of communication, the flow of our true soul's expression. And our voice being heard, as well as hearing clearly what others are saying. Releasing any tension, any tightness in the back of your neck, in the base of the skull, even in the back of your heart. Allowing room for that beautiful expansion of expression, the uniqueness of you. flowing through that throat. And bringing our focus and our attention and awareness to our third eye in the center of our forehead. Balancing the energy and perception of our spirit and our mind, bringing balance between our thinking brain and our intuitive brain, knowing that both are meant to guide us and move us forward. Opening our six senses so that we can connect and sense and perceive in all of the clairs, our psychic connection to our spiritual team, our connection to others, and our connection to our inner knowing and our fullest, highest self. And focusing on our crown chakra and opening the beautiful lotus that it is, allowing it to bloom gently in this moment, letting the petals unfurl, each petal connected to a different divine channel and frequency, opening and expanding our connection and allowing the top of our tree of life to bloom and blossom. Releasing any fragments of doubt, any distrust that we've been holding on to tightly, and allowing our energy to plug into that soul star chakra right above our crown, connecting into the base of our higher self, our oversoul, and our full divine connection, and feeling the connection above and below, both sending energy into our heart, circulating and cleansing, clearing, recharging our energy system with pure divine light. And now we're going to invite in the energy of the full moon in its beautiful light turquoise energy to come down and wash over us and center within our heart, intertwining with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So the white and the gold and the light turquoise just melding together. Inviting that energy of manifestation to center in our being, giving us another layer of cosmic connection. And also bringing in the energy of the eclipse, which is the harmony and the balance between the sun and the moon and their connection to us through the earth, that beautiful triangle and Trinity energy. And some people experience that energy as silver or iridescent. Just allowing that to connect to your crown, your third eye, deep into your heart. And the eclipse energy helps us to be seen even when we're not seen, to be heard even when we're not heard. And allowing that heart energy to expand outward, out through the layers of our energy field, becoming larger and fuller, expansive, moving and repairing through our auric layers and even out to our past lives and our karmic debt, cleansing, clearing, releasing, and repairing any energy that no longer serves our highest benefit. Inviting our spiritual teams to share wisdom, to bring us gifts of knowledge, or maybe even a symbolic gift to use as a symbol of our connection and our purpose. And we invite our teams to also share messages with the cards that will be drawn for those who would like some added information. And we also welcome them to communicate with us in our sleep through repetitive numbers, through feathers, through animals, whatever way they wish to connect to us and remind us that we are always supported. And now we're going to gently start to bring our awareness back into our heart, back into who we are. Start to be in that place of awareness in the present moment. Maybe stretch or yawn, whatever feels right to reconnect with this beautiful vessel that you have traveling on this earth plane. We don't always think of it as our spiritual temple, but it is. It houses our beautiful spirit, and it's perfect, right? So, for those of you who would like an extra message from your spiritual team, our deck tonight is the Moonology Manifestation Oracle by Yasmin Boland. If you haven't read her Moonology book, for those of you who are interested, it's got some wonderful wisdom in it. I really like her. Her approach is easy to understand. Sometimes people make things a little too complicated, but she likes to make everything approachable. So I highly recommend that. So I'll start pulling cards as soon as Rob gives me instructions. All right, Ellen, good evening. I'll be in your neck of the woods this week. I actually come to Massachusetts tomorrow, and I'm there until Monday. So maybe we'll see each other. All right, so your card, my dear, is the last quarter moon in Libra. And this one is make time for self-love. So when we're in the last quarter moon in any of the signs, we are closing in on completion energy. And so when we're in that place of completion, it's right before we're going to start to our new creations. In the new moon, we get our new ideas and we go, boom, we're going to create something. So this is a time of completion for you. It's a time where as things have been changing and going on and being really, um, it's time for you to focus really strongly on self love and self nurturing, doing things that are gentle to your body and your spirit, checking in with your spirit and saying, what do I need today? And really listening for the answer. Sometimes we get very logical about, well, I have to do this and I have to do that. And sometimes that is not what our spirit needs. Sometimes our spirit needs a small timeout, or it needs time to realign or readjust. Maybe it needs a little more quiet, or maybe it needs more music. You never know. But you're being invited to spend this next week like really taking care of yourself, doing things that support you and allowing others to support you as well. Um, Self love is not selfish. Self love is being sustainable as a human being. Love is what makes us move and create and experience joy. So if we are depleted in our own love energy, we need to fill that up. So spend some time doing things that you love. Um, Invite in um, food that you love to eat, activities you love to do. Maybe get outside in nature. Maybe um, make a date with a friend to go get tea, uh, read a juicy, good book, curl up on your sofa, whatever gives you that sense of being cocooned. I'm seeing like angel wings wrapping around you, just cuddling you up and holding you in love energy. So um, take some time for that this week before we enter into the new season of autumn, because it's always good for us to fill our love cup up. All right, Ellen, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming. All right, Bobby. All right, so your card is the first quarter moon in Leo, and it says, be humble. And so it's sort of the opposite. Your new energy is starting, it's about halfway to manifestation. And so when we're in the Leo energy, Leos have these huge hearts, but they've also got that fierce lion as part of it. And so sometimes the difficulty is keeping our ego in check. So what I'm hearing in terms of being humble is that being in that place of just gratitude, that gratitude for how well things are going, gratitude for how much you might be learning through things that aren't going well. But it's that energy of being in a place where you know and you embrace that your life is being orchestrated by your divine being in connection with the divine. And so it's not all about us. And so that's how we can be really grateful that this is the path, or this is the energy that you're experiencing right now. And because sometimes we get really big big in our britches, as my grandmother would say, too big for your britches, um, which is we take credit for more than it's ours. We get to be really excited and happy about our creations and the things we've done. But remember, there's sort of a difference between that and um, maybe bragging. That's kind of a weird word, but it's having that gratitude that you were so lucky to have such a wonderful experience. And yeah, know that pretty soon you've got some new things that are coming to fruition as your energy moves more into the fullness. Um, yeah, because full moons are all about manifestation. So there's stuff on the horizon. Thanks, Bobby, for coming. You are very welcome, Ellen. It's how I am all the time too. Hi, Mary. Welcome. So another new moon card. So yours is new moon in Capricorn, and this says step up and lead. Notice the mountains in the back, right? And when I think of, the new moon in Capricorn, I think of really grounding in your decisions and what you want to create. It has so much like big energy, but also very solid and very connected. So it's not, flighty, creative, wispy, whatever. It's like real solid reality creation. And when we really hold on to that Capricorn energy and we work with it, so you're being invited to work with it through a whole cycle, and energetically. And that is really about how can you be grounded and lead others to do that as well. And so it's being the person who can be the role model. It's being the person who lets go of any fears or worries about what other people will think and just do, just be. Because we're all searching for leaders we can count on. There's so many leaders right now that we can't count on because they're not grounded and rooted in enough reality. Or at least the reality we're experiencing, right? In the 3D and the 4D energy. So you're being invited to be that steady wisdom, that steady leadership that other people can turn to help them feel more steady. Because one of the things that causes anxiety and worry is when everything around seems like it's all up in the air, right? And so instead, it is saying, no, you're not up in the air. You are right here and you're ready to go. And you can be there and shine your light for others in that really steadfast way. That reliable, resilient leader that you are able to be. So really embrace that over the next, at least the next week, but I'm really feeling almost the whole next moon cycle. Really find ways where you can solidly step and lead and help others to see how to do the same. Nice. Love that for you, Mary. Thank you for coming tonight. We all needed that message. You're welcome, Bobby. Thank you. Yeah, Spirit's really good at that. They know the right words to say. All right, Deanna, nice. My emoji girl, love that. Here's another Capricorn. Yours is the full moon in Capricorn. So Mary's was the new moon. She was learning to hold on to that energy. The full moon in Capricorn is that energy of when we're at the peak, we've reached the peak of the mountain. We take, it says on here, take a reality check. But what I'm seeing it more as like, look around you. Look at the view from where you are right now. What do you see in your reality? So this is a time when you have us, you're grounded under this energy of this really strong mountain. So it's a really good time to look at things from a higher perspective. You're not doing it from sort of an airy, floaty kind of place. You're doing it with a lot of intention. So take a look at your life and your surroundings and really check into what is going on right now in your reality. Sometimes we ignore things because we don't want to see them, or sometimes we don't acknowledge things that are going well, or that have shifted for us. We got so caught up in a story of it not going well that we didn't realize when it shifted. So it's take a little time in this next week to really connect to your surroundings, connect to your environment, see where things are from that higher perspective. But also, when we're in that Capricorn energy, we can then make shifts and changes because we're rooted in our reality. We're rooted in our connection, and then we have all of this fantastic earth energy to help um, support us as we move through that. So nice. Another really grounded, centered person. So take a look at that. And thanks for joining us tonight. I'm glad to have you here again. Hi, Stacy. I've missed you. All right. So your card is the last quarter moon in Taurus. So yours is different too. So it says, be proud of yourself. And so, we have to be humble, but sometimes we're too humble, right? We don't take credit for the work we've been doing. We don't take credit for the movement and the healing we've done. And you've had a lot of challenges that you've had to face in the last few years, and you are still standing. And you are still happy and share joy with other people all the time. And so it's saying, hey, be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. Your spiritual team's proud of you. Your ancestors are proud of you. Your dad is proud of you. And just allow that to sit right in your heart and allow it to heal some places that maybe feel less than or haven't felt worthy or good enough. It's like, be proud of yourself. You have accomplished so much, and you have given so much already back to this planet and to the people who are here and the creatures and the beautiful gardens and the wildlife. Like, just, you've been very, very caring and loving, and be proud of that, because there are so many people who do not have that deep connection, and you have so many spiritual beings who are like on your team. But I keep just feeling your dad coming in, with his beautiful Santa Claus heart. And he's just so proud of you. He's enveloping you in a cosmic hug. And yeah, he's just so proud of everything you're doing and everything you've done. Love that for you, sweetheart. Have a great rest of your week and rest of your evening. Nice to be here, Deanna. It's been good. Good to be here. You're very welcome, Mary. Nice. Hi, Barbara. Of course. Thank you for joining us. So here's another last quarter moon. Yours is in Leo. And it says lighten up. So again, the last quarter moon is when things are coming to completion. Um, and Leo has all that heart energy and has all that feistiness of a cat. And so sometimes when we're doing our work and we're getting things done, we get really serious. We get really adulting, as my son would say. And our inner child just feels overwhelmed by our adult being so responsible and so um, on track all the time. And so you're just being invited to lighten up, to have some fun, to bring in some joy, to play. Go watch, a children's movie or a musical or a comedy, or get together with friends and do something silly, play games, or go frolic in the ocean or the lake or in the woods. Let your inner child run free for a little bit. She deserves a vacation from all the seriousness, is what I kind of see. Like, she needs a break, and we all do that, right? When we just push through and work, and we don't give ourselves a break, we start to break, right? And so let the light in. Let the energy of the full moon light your path so that you can remember that wonder and the joy and magic that you had when you would play creatively as a child. And then get back to what you're doing, and you'll see that it's not as strenuous, it's not as hard, and there are ways that you can make light of your work and light of your life. So yeah, thank you for that. We all needed that message too tonight, Barbara. That's great. Thank you. All right. Wonderful, Stacy. Oh, so happy to see you, Kevin. Well, see your name. Oh, nice. So your card is the full moon in Virgo. I love it. So Virgos are very good at organizing and getting things done. And in that place, it's like you're being invited to take inspired action. And that's a phrase that I really love, because it's not just doing something to do something. It's like, what breathes in spirit enough to make me act, right? You're inspired. So you're breathing in spirit. And once you breathe in spirit, you get this urge to move and do something. And so this feels related to your budding little business that you have going, and that it's a great time for some creative action. Maybe there's some connection. What I'm seeing is that, it in retail terms, right? Believe it or not, we're heading into the holiday season, which seems horrendous because summer is still on. But in preparation for that, things like, maybe you can get some of your stuff ready so that it could be used for gift giving, because that a lot of people love to give something fun to eat as gifts. But it's like whatever that aha moment, that light bulb, that pop of energy. It's like, ooh, I should try that. Do that. Like, don't hesitate. Just go for it. Um, because spirit is just ready to help you shoot forward on what brings you joy. And because when we are connected to what brings us joy and we do what brings us joy, then we're spreading joy um, to others and making room for them to experience their joy. It can be contagious. Let's think of it as a joy contagion, something we want everybody to catch. Um, so look for that aha moment. It does feel like it might be connected to the holidays. I don't know if that even makes sense for you, or maybe that's just sort of a time frame. But in any case, go for it. They're inviting you to, and you're being fully supported in all of that. And we are in a manifestation eclipse full moon right now. So great time to make stuff happen that is inspired action, not something we're trying to force into creation. Wonderful. Thanks, Kevin, for joining us. That's wonderful, Barbara. I'm glad is what you needed. I know, right? Inspired action. It's something that my writing coach, Nikki Starkat Shields, talks about a lot, is that, if you just do one thing every day, toward your goal, toward your dream, toward your vision, you're taking inspired action. And I like to think of it as, when I'm taking inspired action, I'm actually walking in my spirit towards my soul's purpose. And everybody gets to do that. All right, Jocelyn. So happy to see you too. The gang's all here. All right. So your card is New Moon in Gemini. I'm a Gemini, so that I get this one. It says, think it through. So that new moon energy, again, is like new beginnings, like, okay, you have a new month of inspired action that you can take. And Geminis are very dual, two-sided. So we can use our logic brain and we can use our intuitive brain. And we can be a little hot under the collar, even though we're an air sign. But the thing is that Geminis aren't afraid to take action. The Gemini energy isn't afraid to take action. But sometimes we need to make sure that we have a plan before we take action. We can sometimes, see the big vision and what do they say? Put the cart before the horse. So what I'm seeing is that there's some change coming for you that's sort of on the horizon, and use some of your logic brain for planning, and thinking, how the steps to take and how you're going to take them, but check in over and over with your intuition and make sure this is in alignment, that you're not trying to make something happen rather than allowing it to unfold. And so this is another inspired action type of energy. But it's inviting you to create a plan. And it doesn't have to be a rigid plan. It can be flexible. It can live and breathe and move and change with you. I love that concept of a flexible outline. And with that flexibility, it's like inviting you to just put down a direction. This is the way I want to head, and start. And then maybe halfway through you go, I think I'm actually going this way. And you can shift it and you can change it and you can realign it. It doesn't have to be one way, because the divine is just not like that. So, whatever is coming up creatively for you, or something that you want to move forward in your life, like, think it through and really give yourself a little time for that. Create a plan of some sort. And if you need guidance on that, reach out, because um, sometimes it's hard to solidify what we're supposed to do next. And that kind of stuff is really fun to do. All right. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you got to be here. Hi, Lindsay, joining us from California, girl. All right. Yours is first quarter moon in Aries. Fiery Aries. Step into your power. That's perfect for you right now. So, what you're being invited to do is, like, you've been working on your leadership skills for a while now, and you've been gently allowing yourself to become more and more of that leader, allowing yourself some space to become more of a master, maybe a master healer, maybe a master psychic. And so your team is like, step into your power. I think this corresponds to your work right now. You got this. You are so much more connected than you necessarily know. And you have a lot of your own wisdom to share with others. And yeah, it's scary, and sometimes we worry about whether we're going to get it right or wrong. And guess what? It's always right. People may not know it's right in the moment, but when you allow yourself to really just plug into that divine connection and allow the divine to speak through you, it's just truth. And we all know people don't always want to hear the truth, but it's truth. So you really just center in that, and you're just the deliverer of those messages, and step into your power and own that ability. And that you got this. You've been working toward this for years. So get to it. We need all the healers on the planet activated that we can, and get to work. I think that's subtle enough, right? All right. Thanks, Lizzie, for joining us. See you soon. Andrew. Nice to have you here too. Full moon in Libra. Those scales, those Libra scales, right? Find balance. And so the energy of balance in Libra is balancing our heart desires and our physical desires, so that we have both, and that both are important. And also in the place of balance, what I'm sensing is, I know you're about to get married, or soon anyways. And so there's that balance of who am I, and who am I in my relationship, and making sure that the full Andrew is showing up in both places, and that the full Andrew is showing up in his creativity, and the full Andrew is showing up in his work. Because lots of times we block parts of ourselves, and then we get a little out of whack. And that's when we feel stressed or anxious or worried or frustrated. And so if you feel any of those things, I love to use the something's out of balance in my life right now. And then I look for it. I look to see what's going on right now that is a little out of whack. And so make sure that as you're walking the path of your life right now, that's what I keep seeing with the path, the road you're walking. um, make sure that all those things are in balance, because you deserve to show up authentically as your full self every minute of every day, because you are an amazing human being and people deserve to see and experience the fullness of who you are. And so any places where you don't feel that fullness, um, see what's being held back, and maybe if there's a gentle way to nudge it a little more forward. Doesn't have to be abrupt, because we don't always step out of our comfort zone um, well when we do that. But you can maybe open a little bit more of the door, a little more of the window to let Andrew shine through, because your light is as full as the full moon. And yeah, you deserve to have your fullness be experienced in all aspects of your life and your relationships. Wonderful. Love that for you. Thanks for joining us. Jocelyn, hello. All right, so your card is the last quarter moon in Virgo, and it says attend to the details. So like I said earlier, Virgos are very much about, organization and details and getting stuff done. And so in the last quarter moon, you're in that energy of completion. Like things are coming together, things are ready to end, it's time to like finish this chapter, close the book, move on. So when we're finishing up projects, we just make sure that every little detail is taken care of so that we aren't bringing that energy forward. One of the things my spiritual team has been saying is that everything that is incomplete has energy that is still being drawn from your body. So when you complete something, even something as simple as, putting your dirty clothes away, then that energy comes back to you so that you can use it for your own creative endeavors and your own creative living. So think about what things are coming into completion in the next week or two, and seeing if there are ways to tackle things that are just a tiny bit undone. Because sometimes we can bang out a bunch of things at once that don't take very much effort at all. But boy, the energy you get back from it being finished is huge. So take care of those little details so you can have a little more energy for what's on the horizon. There's beautiful stuff coming in the next week or two that you're going to want all of your attention and your energy to go to. So see what you can clean up, physically, metaphorically. And I take celebration time into anything that I complete. It's like, yes, one more thing done. Think of maybe a reward system too of, if I complete this many things, then I get to take a break doing something I love. And that might help you push through that or move through that in a new way. There you go. Hope that is what you needed to hear this evening. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you. All right, Rob. All right. We had a lot of Capricorns tonight. So the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Isn't this a good one for all of us? Leave the past behind. So the energy here is, it was that mountain energy, right? But the last quarter moon is like you've come back down the mountain. So in that place, it's like everything behind you that you had to go through to experience and be the Rob you are right now. It all formed you, it all molded you, but you don't have to drag it with you. Um, a lot, a lot of people um, talk about all the things that happened in their life, and those things are beautiful and they're important, but they're not in the present moment now, right? And so you're being invited to see how you can get yourself back into the present moment on a more regular basis, to reconnect with your music, to reconnect with your breath, to reconnect with your spiritual rituals. And everything that was before was important, but it's not here now. And this is so true for all of us, that we don't need to bring our trauma with us. We don't need to bring our negative experiences with us. You know, we experienced it for a brief moment in time, but when we drag it with us, we experience it for years and years unnecessarily. And so this is inviting you to like leave all that at the mountain. Let the mountain hold it, let the mountain house it, and just walk forward a little lighter and a little brighter, and see how much can shift um, by walking that way. Um, and that is so beautiful for all of us, to leave our past in the past, lovingly there, not pretending it didn't happen or ignoring it, but rather it doesn't have to be you. Our experiences aren't who we are. They just shaped and molded us into who we were meant to be. Mm, love that. Thanks, guys, for joining us this evening. One more? All right, Kevin, one more. Love it. Perfect. Great last note. Newman and Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. So focus on the positive is like, hey, what's going to bring you joy? What's going to bring you happiness? Focus on that. If it's your business and your creation, woo, do that. And let the divine energy just flow through. And all of us get to do that, right? Let's focus this week on all the positive experiences that we have, not on the negative. What would shift and change if we all did that? What if we just flooded our social media with positive messages of good things that are happening in our life and good things that are happening in our community and in around the world? What if we only focused on the positive? Can you imagine the ripple waves of things that could happen for us? So focus on the positive, because guess what? Then you're a magnet for more positive things to come to you. So if you want some awesome things to happen, Kevin, and all of us here at the end, let's do it. Let's as a group make a pact that at least this week we're going to do our best to focus on the positive. Doesn't mean negative isn't going to happen. It just means it's not going to take all of our attention. We're going to find ways to bring gratitude, positivity, joy, and light to everyone and everything that we do. And Kevin, that is exactly the type of person you are. And so hop to it and show others how to do it too. And with that, guys, nice to see you. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.